Good afternoon and welcome to this lecture of Capp. Am I audible to you? Just can anyone send me a message in the chat box? Am I audible? Yes, okay. Thanks. So, today's topic that we are going to discuss from the subject CAD/CAM is computer aided process planning. So, just let me share the screen with you. Okay. Is it visible to you? Is the screen visible to you? Are you able to see the presentation? Yes. Okay. Fine. Thanks. So let's start with the topic. Today we are going to discuss about computer aided process planning, which is also known as CAPP in its short form. So let's start. What does mean computer aided process planning? So to start with, we will just go through the definition or what does mean a CAPP actually means. So if you see the slide here, presentation, we can see that there is a design process going on here and there is a manufacturing process going on here, and in between these two things we have process planning, which arrows towards design as well as towards the planning thing, manufacturing thing, sorry. So we can say that process planning acts as a bridge between the design area and the manufacturing area. How? By translating design specification into manufacturing process details. So what we can say from this? Whatever the design specification is generated or carried out in the design process, right? What are the design specification, design details have been provided by the designer or the design engineer from the industry or design department, that particular things are converted into manufacturing process details, means the details which are needed for actual manufacturing. So this is the bridge between design area and manufacturing area. So basically you are planning the things for manufacturing. Get it? I hope you understand the definition or what exactly mean by CAPP, computer aided process planning. Okay, this is not a computer aided process planning. We are talking about process planning only. How computer aid is going to help this, that we are going to see in latter part. So basically you should know the process planning is the bridge between design and manufacturing. Okay, now what does a process plan means? We have seen the planning, process planning as a whole. Now what does include a process plan? Process plan मध्ये काय काय असतं? So it refers to the set of instructions that are used to make a component or a part so that the design specifications are met. So we can say that a process flow plan includes set of instructions. कुठले set of instruction? असे set of instructions, असे instructions की जे आपण यूज करणार आहोत डिझाइन आणि मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग याच्यामध्ये ब्रिज करण्यासाठी, किंवा आपण असंही म्हणू शकतो मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंगला ज्या काही गोष्टी आपल्याला करायच्या आहेत त्याचं डिझाईन स्पेसिफिकेशन किंवा डिझाईन डिटेल्सशी आपण त्याचं रिलेशन्स कसे एस्टॅब्लिश करू शकतो, त्या सर्व गोष्टी प्रोसेस प्लॅनमध्ये असतात. Also, process plan determines how a component will be manufactured. तुम्ही तुमचा कॉम्पोनंट कशा प्रकारे मॅन्युफॅक्चर करणार आहात तुमच्या शॉप फ्लोअर वरती, त्या सर्व गोष्टींचा एक प्रकारे ऊहापोह म्हणतो किंवा एक प्रकारे आपण ॲनालिसिस किंवा प्लॅनिंग इन जनरल आपण म्हणू शकतो. ते सगळं डिटरमाइन करायचं काम प्रोसेस प्लॅन करतं. It is a major determinant of manufacturing cost and profitability of product. आता मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग कॉस्ट कशी राहणार आहे, प्रोडक्टची प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कशी राहणार आहे इन जनरल, हे सर्व आपण कधी डिसाइड करतो किंवा हे कधी डिटरमाइन होतं, प्रोसेस प्लॅनिंगमध्ये. आणि प्रोसेस प्लॅनमध्ये हे सर्व आपण मेन्शन केलेलं असतं. ओके, so these are the some features of process plan. Now let us see how process plan works and what are its ingredients. You can see on the screen there is a process planning. It takes inputs from design department or designer in the form of design package. I hope you understand the design area or the design part of it, because you must have gone through design part in machine design and design process. Everything has been taught to you. I hope you understand, you remember the design part of the design phases of the total manufacturing or production, total production planning. Okay. So by taking inputs in the form of design package, the process planning is carried out to take output in the form of machining operation plan. कशा प्रकारचे मशीनिंग होणार आहे, कशा प्रकारचं ऑपरेशन होणार आहे, त्याचा जो प्लॅन आहे तो आपल्याला आउटपुट म्हणून मिळतो. कशा? थ्रू प्रोसेस प्लॅनिंग मधून. आता ह्यामध्ये इनपुट्स काय काय असू शकतात, इन्ग्रेडियंट्स काय काय असू शकतात. द फर्स्ट थिंग इज फॅसिलिटी लेआउट. व्हॉट टाइप ऑफ फॅसिलिटी यू हॅव ॲट द शॉप फ्लोअर ऑर द मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग युनिट. ओके. Second one is the knowledge. Obviously you require some knowledge, you require intelligence, you require time. These are the inputs that you are going to put in process planning. जेव्हा तुम्ही प्लॅनिंग करता, you should have the knowledge of the manufacturing area, you should have intelligence, means how that knowledge is to be used. You should use your time. Obviously you are going to use your time for this process planning. Then you have to use knowledge of industrial engineering, or you can just put an industrial engineer in the process. So what does industrial engineer is going to do on the process plan? He is going to say, or he is going to give you inputs about how the particular product is going to be transferred from one station to another station, that is workstation. Then the tool and gauge designer or tool or and gauge engineers are going to tell you about or give input you about the tools and the gauges, tools for manufacturing and gauges for quality purpose are to be used. Which are the tools and gauges are to be used, so that according to that you can just make the plan. If you are going to use a computerized numerical control system or NC system, then you should require a part programmer for that. Okay. And the process planner is the person who is going to use the who is going to perform the process planning. Okay. Now other two things that must be used or analyzed while performing the process planning. The first one is the constraint of the industry or the process or everything about the constraint. What are the limitations of the industry? Means if you want to create or manufacture a very high sophisticated technological product that is being used in the some sophisticated technology like satellites or rocket launching propulsion unit, in that case you must have a sophisticated technology. You cannot provide or you cannot manufacture these components or parts for these components on a simple traditional machine. You will not get the required tolerance, required surface finish, required strength, etc., etc., right? So you should know the constraint of your manufacturing unit, and you should know the mechanisms also. So overall, these are the inputs that you are going to give, and finally what you are going to get in the process plan is the machining plan, and or you can call it as an operation plan, how the total operation is going to take place. That means how you are going to convert a raw material into the final product. This is called as output. Okay. So basic processes in developing a process plan. How you are going to develop a process plan? What are the things you need to require or you need to analyze? The first thing is analyzing or analysis of part requirements. What are the requirements of the different parts that you are going to manufacture? You have to analyze them. You have to select the raw workpiece or raw material, obviously. Okay, then you have to determine manufacturing operations and their sequence. What will be the first process, what will be the second process, what will be the third process, that you are going to decide or determine in the process planning phase. Then you are going to select the machine tools. Which are the tools that you are going to use for the particular operation? Okay. Selection of tools, work holding devices and inspection equipments. Obviously, you have to select the machine tools as well as you have to select the tools, that exactly what are the different types of tools you are going to use, what are the different types of work holding devices like clamping devices, which are the devices you are going to use, and what are the inspection equipment for the quality purpose you are going to use, that you have to determine. And lastly, you have to determine the machining conditions. What are the machining conditions? Means it involves cutting speed. What is the cutting speed you are going to have at a particular workstation? What will be the feed rate? What will be the depth of cut? These are the machining conditions you have to determine. And the manufacturing times means what the time is required to set up a machine, what is the processing time, what will be the lead time required for a particular product from getting it done from raw material to the final product, or it could be in between the raw material and semi-finished product, and semi-finished product to the finally finished product. This is how you are going to plan a process plan, or you are going to develop a process plan. These are the basic things you should go through. Okay, I hope you understand. Then there are two approaches for process planning. The first one is manual system and the second one is computer aided system. In computer aided system, we have variant system and we have experimental generative system. What are those that we are going to discuss later in this lecture? So let's start with the manual system. What does manual process planning involves, or what you should do in manual process planning? So basically, for a manual process, you should require a person who is going to plan the process. He must have a skill, because a newcomer or a person with less skill or less experience will not be able to cope up with the instructions that are necessary. So you require an experienced person, a skilled person to perform this activity of manually preparing the process plan. Also, that person, since we are involving a human in that, that person should have knowledge of the manufacturing capability of the factory in which he is working and in which he is trying to plan the process. Already I have told you that a person should have knowledge of manufacturing thing, whatever the instruments we have, whatever the machines we have, what type of human force we have, what type of environment we have, what kind of support from management we have. All these things must be considered while making a process plan manually, and this person is going to have this knowledge to design this process plan. Now these are some features for process plan. This is the manually prepared process plan is the most used or most widely used process plan, because it is very easy to have a person with skill and experience on a shop floor in country like India, but it is difficult for the countries where human resource is not available. So if we consider a scenario for India, we can say that there are lot of numbers of small and medium, micro, small and medium scale industries are there in India. Large scale industries are there also, but they are not quantifiable as much as these micro industries, small scale industries, and medium scale industry. So, when you are talking about these scales of industry, they are very small scale or micro scale or medium scale. They can have this manually prepared process plan, and these plans are developed over a period of time, but they have some constraint or limitations. How? Suppose a new product has to be prepared or manufactured, then the person who is working in the industry as a process planner for say 20 years, 30 years, he will prepare the plan. But the problem is he may or may not cope up with the new product. So what will this make? This could create a problem. Okay, and also excessive time and cost may be required to develop necessary skill for successful planners. If we don't have this kind of planners in our industry, what will be the scenario? We must train the people. For training purpose, we have to uh, we have to give time for them. For that time being, we have to go training, we have to go through various rigorous type of consultation, training, different types of things we have to go through that. So this is how these are the we can say that limitations for manually prepared process plan. Here comes the need of computer aided process planning. So to avoid these things, to remove these things from industry, what we use computer aided process planning. So basically computer aided process planning, what does it do? It is a key factor in the integration of computer aided design and computer aided manufacturing. So if you are using a design phase which is also computer based, and a manufacturing phase which is also computer based, like CNC machine, NC machine, DNC systems, you are involving, automation is there, FMS, the flexible manufacturing cells are there. Okay, so in that case you should have computer aided process planning. So you can integrate manufacturing part and design part with the help of CAPP, that is computer aided process planning. The use of computers in process planning can cause what they can cause. So first thing is systematically you can produce accurate and consistent process plan. So the process plans that you are going to create by using computer aided or computer help, with the help of computer, they will be accurate and they will be consistent. Reduce the cost and lead time of process planning. Obviously the computers are machine, they are using they are fast as compared to the human, so you are going to reduce the cost as well as the lead time for making the process plan. Increases productivity of process planner. A process planner is there, and if he gets the help of computer, so what will the scenario, it will increase the efficiency of the process planner, that will automatically increase or improve the productivity of the process planner. So he can generate number of process plans. It is not like that you are having only one product at the industry, right? So in that case, you have to generate different process plans for different components. So in that case, you have to use computers, and if you use computer in that scenario, what will happen? The efficiency of process planning, the productivity will also improve. Then interface application programs such as work standard, cost estimation and lead time estimation. These are the terms which are used while doing a process plan. So you can just interface the application by using this computer aided process plan. Consistently optimize process routing. You can use optimization, because it could be possible for a process planner, he can generate a process plan which is a lengthy one, or he can generate 3 or 4 types of process plan and you need to optimize that. So in that case you can take help from the computer and ask computer to optimize this process plan, and computer can give you a perfect process plan which is optimized one, and which will cost you less amount of money, less amount of time, like that. Then reduce pre-production lead times. There is a pre-production thing which is called as design, and all these things are involved in that pre-production thing. So sometimes you have to make trials on the products. You want to make trials and then check the feasibility of manufacturing, check the quality, etc. So in that pre-production times, you can reduce those pre-production time by using computers. Increase responsiveness to engineering changes, as just we have discussed. When the change in the product happens, which may call, we can call it as engineering change. If you are changing the product shape or type or the material of the product, then obviously the changes in the engineering part, in the manufacturing part will also reflect. So the responsiveness to these changes will increase by using computer aided process planning. Okay. Then this is another type of process planning which is called as variant or retrieval type of CAPP. As the name implies, retrieval means recalling. There is something and you are going to retrieve from it. So there will be a database. Okay, from that you are going to retrieve it. So let us see what are the features or what is meant by CAPP methodology of retrieval or variant type. We can recall, identify, retrieve existing plans for a similar part and make necessary modification. I will let you know one example also for the retrieval type, then you will get to know. So basically what it is saying, that there will be some existing plans stored in the memory of computer. So you ask computer to show the existing plans for a part which is given in the drawing format. So computer will provide you the existing plans for a similar kind of products. Then interactive environment between the planner and the computer. In this case, the computer and the planner, the process planner, is interacting. Like the planner is giving input to the computer in the form of drawings and asking computer to show me the same kind of products that we have manufactured earlier, or same kind of process plan for for these products that we already have. So computer will generate or retrieve, rather without generating it, retrieve the process plan from the database and show up to you. Okay, so I guess time is getting up, so just 5 minutes I will complete this. This is the interactive environment. Process planning for a new part starts with coding and classifying. So classification and coding, that part we have already seen in group technology. If you remember, we are making families with the help of group technology. Coding was there, that we have already discussed. Requires the establishment and maintaining of database. The database standard process plan, that I have told you that there will be some standard database. Anyhow, whenever you are going to make a product, you just prepare the process plan and store in the database. So whenever you require the same type of process plan, you are going to the computer and asking it to show the process plan which are close enough to these things. Okay, they requires recall and editing capability. You can edit that and you can recall that. So this is retrieval CAPP methodology. See, this is variant or retrieval type CAPP. In this case, this is the part, a new part to be manufactured. Okay, so there are some process plan already in the computer, two types of products already manufactured by this particular industry. So you can observe that out of these two parts, this one part is quite similar to this part. Okay, but here in this case, if you remove this part, then you can get this part also. But on the first occasion or the first impression, you can see that this new part is quite similar to the part which is at the left. You can see. Okay, so what you do variant CAPP, retrieval type CAPP. You ask for modification. You remove the slot operation and change the width of this basement part, so you get the required product. So just get the file from the database and just process it. This is the process plan. This is a general procedure for using retrieval type CAPP. Retrieval type CAPP or process planning system. How does it work? You get a new part design. You derive the group technology code number for the part. Then you search for that family part or group technology code that is available in the files. Okay, then you retrieve the standard process plan. Just I have shown you the example like that. There are certain standard process plan files are there. From that you are going to use the you are going to retrieve the process plan. If needed, then you are going to edit the existing and write a new plan for that. If it is writing, and then if you are editing that then you have to store it in the database. Then you have to format the file and make the root sheet. So preparatory stage is also there. So you can neglect this, just go through this standard procedure. Okay, so this is a general procedure of using the retrieval type CAPP system. Obviously, they are having some advantages and disadvantages. Efficient processing and evaluation of complicated activities and decisions, standardized procedures, lower development and hardware cost, shorter development times. These are the advantages for variant or retrieval type as compared to the manual type. And there are disadvantages. Sometimes inconsistency in editing may occur. Quality is dependent on the knowledge and skill of the planner. Again, the human resource is involved as a planner. Then the knowledge and skill of that planner is again on the stake. Optimization of variables such as material, geometry, size, precision, quality, alternative processing sequences, machine loading. These are different types of variables, and optimization of these different things is quite difficult in this CAPP type. Okay. Next type is generative CAPP methodology. We will discuss this generative type in the next lecture. I hope you understood the things that we have considered or learned today. We have learned CAPP, what is CAPP, what is a process plan, what is a process plan consisting of, what does it takes as input, what we get as output, basic processes in developing a process plan, approaches. Out of that, first is manually prepared process plan, its features, advantages, disadvantages, computer aided process plan, what is the basic procedure or what are the use of computers in process planning that we have discussed, and we have seen the retrieval or variant type methodology. We have seen its example, new part, process plan on the file, take the part, make the changes, make the editing, and general procedure for retrieval type CAPP system. And we have seen its advantages and disadvantages. So I hope you understood today's lecture. So while discussing next lecture, we will go for another different parts that we have left behind today.